All right, good people. What's happening today? What is happening today? Hey, look, I know I owe you guys a lot of information that I promised you guys. I've just been really, really busy helping out some of my clients and working with my Elite Fortune group to get them started. I decided to be on the floor today, man. I had a good night last night. Took my board off the wall and put it on the floor, man. I'm going to teach you guys on the floor today. But if you don't know, I'm Dr. Travis Davis. I've been doing this investment life now for about 3 years. It's changed my life. I've actually stopped working for people, and I've been doing all work for myself. I've opened numerous businesses. I invest in people's ideas and businesses that they won't invest in themselves, only because I understand investing. And in order to have a fun, fulfilled, free life, and when I say free, I'm talking financially free, you're gonna have to start taking risk with your money. You have to do some type of investing. You have to educate yourself on different investment opportunities that you're going to take a risk on. Now, I'm telling you, every investment you won't win. I've had plenty of investments that I've lost, but they were all educated investments with proper risk management that, I expect to win on every investment, but I also realize, you're going to lose. You're probably going to lose more investments than you have good investments. But your good investments are going to pay you out more than those bad investments lost you, if you do proper risk management. So, today I want to talk to you about investment cards, okay? Yes, there are investment cards out there that you can get to use to start your process of investing, taking a educated risk, all right? Now, I know everybody's like, what the hell is an investment card? This is what an investment card is. It's just a credit card. I call it an investment card. I don't like to call credit cards. I like to call them investment cards. Credit cards are what they teach you, the 95% poor population. We need a credit card. And what do we do with a credit card? We go out, they give us a $5,000, $10,000 line of credit because they know that you're going to go out and you're going to blow this money. You're going to blow this money and now you owe them. You owe them 14 to 28%. I've seen credit cards as high as 28%. They base the percentage off what your credit score is at. Now, if you start looking at credit cards in the term of investment cards, okay, I promise you, you're going to have a different lifestyle. This is how I got started. I opened my first company, my second company, Malmar IT. You could ask any of my friends, DL, Q, whoever you ask. You could ask them to validate this information. I won a contract. I needed $80,000 to cover payroll for 3 months in order to successfully fulfill that contract. At the time, I didn't have any credit built up. I wasn't in debt. I had my student loans. But I went around to every bank that I knew and nobody would give me any money because I didn't have credit to back giving me $80,000. So, I didn't want to lose that contract. I took every credit card that I had down to the max. And at that time, I didn't understand about investment cards. I was still using them as credit cards. I took those down to the max. I went out and took interest out of my house of the equity. And that still wasn't enough to cover payroll. That month of December, I went absolutely broke. Nobody got Christmas gifts. Nobody got anything from me. I barely was able to eat. Why? Because I took a risk in myself. I took an educated risk that I knew was going to make me successful. Like, I wasn't scared to take the risk. All right? That's why it's called a risk. Instead, you keep giving your money to the banks to take a risk with your money. They love taking risk with other people's money. And you guys are working so hard for your money, like it's just not educated not to start risking your money on yourself. And you're letting these banks and these businesses make thousands and millions off of your hard-earned money. So we're going to change that today. Right, so like I told you, I was flat broke. But I didn't even realize at the time what I was doing, but now I know, so I want to educate you guys on it. An investment card. Credit cards out here right now are literally giving you 0% APR. All right? Why? Because they know that you're going to go blow that money. They know at the end of the year, they gave you $5,000, and they say, hey, you're going to blow the money, and you're going to owe us 28% interest. All right? This is what they do. 28% interest after your year. Well, next thing you know, $5,000 hit, you got 28% interest that you got to pay on that. And bam, now you're stuck because you don't even have $5,000 to pay this off because you're in the hole. You never invested with that money. But let me tell you, you have to start taking this credit card, which I call investment card, and using it just like the bank does with your money. Like, if you're going to give me $5,000 to invest, all right, I have 1 year to pay off $5,000. Now, the issue that you guys don't have is you do not have a plan with that $5,000. This is the biggest thing. You have to have a plan with the $5,000. And I'm not saying a plan to go buy you no red bottoms and no purse. I'm talking about an investment plan. Okay? Now, I want to show you guys something. If you guys are near a computer at any time, check out this website. It's called hyipmoney.com /calculator. Hip money calculator, okay? Now, I just did simple calculations. I said, all right, I had a $5,000 investment card. This is how I got started. $5,000 investment card. I said I want to take $2,500 of that and invest it on me. I have 1 year to pay this off, to pay this the $5,000, because I took another $2,500 and spent it on something else. But I said the other $2,500, I'm going to invest that. And at minimum, I need to make $5,000 so I could pay this off within a year. But I knew with my plan that I put in place that I was going to make well over $5,000 with their $2,500, enough that would give me enough money that I could go get another credit card in 6 months that's going to give me the same thing of 0% APR. So all of a sudden, I had another company to give me another $10,000 this time because my credit started getting good because I'm paying my credit card off, right? My credit's getting better, so now they upped it to $10,000 that they were going to give me on a 0% APR. Now I got 2 investment cards of 2 companies that lent me money, just like the banks do with our money. All right, you just lent me $15,000 that I don't have to pay you back for 1 whole year. So I went over here to my Hip Money calculator, right, to create my plan. I put in $2,500. I said for 300 days, okay. And, I took off the weekends and stuff like that. So that's how I got 300 days. I said for $2,500 in 300 days, I'm going to make a 100% reinvestment every day of those 300 days with that $2,500. I'm not even going to touch it. All I want to do is invest this money. Well, when I did the math, at the end of 300 days, guess how much money I'm making? All right. And all I want to do is a 1% return every day that I invest. 1%. And it is so easy to get 1% return. Okay. Now, I'm working on compound interest because once again, I said I'm going to reinvest everything. Okay. By the end of 300 days, I took $2,500 to $21,000. All right, so we took half of this at $2,500. We reinvested it, all right, every day for 300 days, and now I have a total of $21,000. It's some change right there, but I don't care about the change, all right? $21,000 is what I flipped 2,500 into. Now, the problem is the plan, okay? You have to stick to the plan. Now, I know most people are probably going to be like, the plan is the hardest part. Why? Because if I look right here, on day one, at 1% of $2,500, guess what? I'm only making $25. On day two, I'm making $25.25. Day three, $25.50. Day four, $25.76. Now look, in 4 days, guess what? I'm already at $100. But see, most people don't look at it that way. They like $25. Like, I don't have time to make $25 on one day. We're doing compound interest. So yes, the plan, okay, tells me that if I stick to my plan and making $25 today, okay, when I get to, August? When I get to August, now I'm no longer making $25 a day. I'm making $105 a day. All right? And then the next day after that, I make 106. The day after that, I make 107. The day after that, I make 109. When the week ends, and this is just 4 days, I go all the way to 5, but when the week ends, guess what? I've already made $400, and I didn't do anything but invest it. Okay? $400 of sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So now, all of a sudden, by the end of the year, I've flipped $2,500 into $21,000. All off making smart investments. I'm not trying to blow the bank up. I am merely doing a minimum risk because I just want 1% return. I'm not trying to get greedy with this. It is 1%. But guess what? At the end of the year, I have $21,000, right? So let's say, hey, I want to take some of that money and enjoy life, right? So let's say we take, $10,000 out of that, and we enjoy our life, because you should always enjoy your life. Well, now, guess what? I have $11,000 that I get to invest the next year, and I'm going to pay off my debt. All right, but guess what? When you do this, all right, when you pay off that investment card's $5,000, guess what's going to happen? They're going to say, oh my God, you're such a great customer, okay? We're going to give you a new card. We're going to give you another card, 0% interest for another year and a half this time. But guess what? It ain't going to be $5,000. This is going to be $20,000 because you're such a loyal customer. They're banking off you messing up your money. But if you just stick to a plan, you won't have that problem. So, look, you giving me $20,000 now for free? Give it to me. I'll take your $20,000. But do not take the $20,000 if you cannot create a plan and stick to it. Do not deviate off of your plan. So, look, all of a sudden, we have $11,000. I'm going to do the exact same thing, 1% interest. All right? So we have 11,000 at 1% interest. Oh, that ain't 11,000. That was, need to put another zero on there. Calculate that. So if we do 11,000 at a 1% interest, okay, guess what we just did? By